801. Hello, everyone. Hi, Darcy.
Hello, Everett. Hey, Jeff. Hey, we're live. I see it actually says live in big red,
No,
bold
that's got to be wrong.
letters.
Big red bold letters.
Yeah. And I triple checked.
You triple check this time?
I did.
Okay. You're looking away. It's funny. You're looking away
Well,
from
it's
me.
because I'm looking to make sure that we're live.
It is
Is this
funny.
better? No, we don't know if we're live.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, you're looking at me. All right. Good Saturday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Grandma.
Yeah, thanks,
I don't know
Grandma.
how many. Oh, no, no. It says no concurrent viewers.
Well,
Grandma?
she probably figures we're not going to start for a few more minutes. So.
She did ask me when I was downstairs. She said, "Are you gonna get on? Are you gonna be live on time, or are you gonna get live this time?" And I forget what she said
That's even
exactly.
better.
Yeah, and I was
Thanks.
like, "It's in like 2 minutes. I gotta go. I'm trying." And then we had anime's problems. I didn't click the right buttons, and you know, there,
Yeah,
there.
and I had my camera closed.
Camera closed, buttons not clicked. It's a great start to a wonderful stream. But we have a lot of good stuff today. As usual, we have too much and won't be able to cover it all. And I'll probably just go on and on talking about stuff that nobody cares about. But we'll try to figure it out today. I thought of something I was walking. So we always do kind of want to start out for our investors out there so they can get their quick update and run away. And today the coins decided to be on bargain discount sale. I'm talking about this number for the market cap used to be up here at $3 trillion. We are at 1.5 trillion, well, 1.6 trillion now. Just over the last 3 days, I think we shed somewhere about $3.5 billion or $350 billion. So if you were in the market to buy any new coins, it is time to look at them. We never recommend any kind of financial decisions, so make your own decisions. But if you look when it's red, it's a good time. And everything is, let's see, in the last 7 days. Oh, that one looks bad. We'll go back to by market cap real quick. So we'll get the big boys. So Ethereum's down 25%, Binance 25%. So it looks like overall it shed 25%, 30%. See, that's why it's riskier to play in the alternative coins, the altcoins, which we learned last week, right? The ones that are not Bitcoin. And if you look, Bitcoin typically in these drops sheds the least amount of money, and then Ethereum would be second. And of course, like your big ones are typically the ones that are going to lose the least. The reason that Cardano didn't lose that much because it had been losing for a while. If you see, their trend had been a little longer. But I expect a lot of new things out of them. I think next week we'll talk more about projects. No. We still will have we'll have a week of minting. We'll probably do the minting because we're going to reveal our NFT today, right, Darcy?
Yep. Super excited.
I know. You're like, can we show it? Can we show it? Like, yes, we can. So, but Cardano just launched into the metaverse stuff, so they should be getting a good bump here in the next few months. But everybody else pretty much shed 30%. I didn't think Dogecoin did. I was gonna give Dogecoin a shout out for holding strong, but they didn't. Everybody pretty much dumped. If you want to,
pretty consistent.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you pay attention to this and it dumps 30%, today is the day to get in because it will more than likely rebound a little bit. Now, will you really make much? Who knows? How much does it rebound? But these are interesting things to think about because everybody wants to buy when things are popular, when things are at peaks, but you really, really want to buy when things look really dismal. If you believe in what you're buying, that's the thing. You have to know what you're doing and you have to do research. You can't just do it because your friend tells you that this is a good deal. Because if your friend already did it, then it's probably too late because everybody else has already jumped on. So keep that in mind. But today is a sad day in the crypto world. But if you look at the stock market, I think the S&P, yeah, did pretty much the same thing. So, and if you weren't following the news this week, the federal government decided to say stuff. Who knows? I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, it was inflation. It's just stupid. I mean, it's just stupid stuff. It's like, whatever. I mean, you can listen, and if you're investing, that's a good time to time things because everybody hears dismal news and then they get all scared. And I don't know why they go and sell stocks as the first reaction, but they go and everybody's optimism's down. And so then everything's down. And then everybody forgets about it tomorrow. And then it just comes right back up. So that's the financial side. That's boring. We have today.
And Grandma's on.
Oh, Grandma joined us. Yes, there we go. And we already, how do we have 4 playbacks already? Oh, she even messaged. Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. And that helps our analytics because now we have a chat for this one.
Yep.
Did you notice that when I sent that picture to you the other day? I don't know if I had chats in it too, where it had the likes. We're up to 17 or views. It had views.
Yeah, 17.
And we're up to 17. Yeah.
I told Rick all about it, and he was like, "Wow, you guys are doing so good."
Yep.
I think he was being facetious, but I don't care.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take what we can get.
Yep.
But if you look at like the chats and the likes, it's like 1, 2.
That's okay.
It's funny. That part's
You don't
kind
have
of
to
funny
like
stuff.
it. You just have to watch it. Just kidding.
I don't think we need the likes. I'm not sure what that does, but none of it does anything for us because we need like a bazillion hours of watch time. It's like 4,000 hours.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, that's what Rick said. He says, "Wow, you're almost up to you're almost up to 1 million, or you're on your way to 1 million." I was like, "No, I don't think we're on our way to 1,000 yet." But
I wonder if YouTube hands out plaques for 100. We should mint. That would be cool. We should mint NFTs at every marker that we get of viewers. That'd be kind of cool.
Not everyone.
No, not well. Not. I mean, like 100. Not like every one. Yeah. Sorry.
Like 16, 17, 18.
That would be the best.
That's awesome. Well, I guess I'd still have time to get them all out.
We can't even put together our show until Saturday morning. I mean, how are we going to get out that many?
We're drinking coffee and we're chit-chatting about what we're going to do today.
Yeah. So.
Well, so it's spontaneous.
Yeah, well, I think we can commit to that. Like, we'll do 100, 1,000.
Well, 25, 35.
No, because we got to give ourselves time to get into this groove. So it'll be like years before we got to worry about kicking out that 100 one.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, maybe 25, but we'll figure something out. So, back to the show. So today we'll talk about digital wallets. I was talking with my mom, and I was telling her kind of like about our new format, how we're gonna do. Like the meat of it will be in the beginning. We'll talk about what's happened in this past week, which was our crypto recap. I think that was about all we're going to talk about, what's happened in the past week. And then we'll talk about our main topic, which is going to be the title of our episode. And then at the end, or halfway through, or whenever we feel like it, we'll start talking about these cool sciencey things we found. It may be pretty quick today, maybe after intermission or something, or one of the intermissions. We'll start on that because we had a lot. Yeah, we should be able to get 2 because we started on time. We're recording. We're live. Like everything's so far clicking. So let's get into it. Oh yeah, why are we talking about quantum computers? We squash that.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
That's at the end. Digital wallets, also known as an e-wallet, electronic wallet. For those that wouldn't know what E stands for in an e-wallet.
Like email.
Yeah, like email. I hope by now we kind of get that, but it's okay if we don't. Because, some people have more important things to do, like surviving and going to work and doing all the real important things than worrying about imaginary stuff and monetary systems that don't really matter. But a digital wallet, an e-wallet, I think we've been using them for a while. A lot of us have had PayPal accounts. A lot of us have Venmo. I don't know what other cash apps there are. That's the one I use. Do you use any?
Okay.
Huh?
Google Pay.
Google Pay, yes.
Apple,
Oh yeah, yeah. That would be a digital wallet. Apple has one. Pretty much all the main players have a digital wallet, and you can link your bank account or your credit card to it. And I highly recommend using one of those in a way, because if you think about it, okay, so we deal with this a lot in our world, right, Darcy? So you don't want to store credit card information. It's a bad idea. And the way that that's handled is that people that have the best security, which isn't always the best, but it's better than the people that don't have good security, should store your credit card numbers and stuff like that if you're doing it online. Bank of America, for me, used to have a really cool feature, and they got rid of it because I'm sure it just costs money, and they decided, well, we can cut this out. It generated a credit card number for you for use online. So it was like you could put however much you wanted into that number. So you could use it either as a one-time use, or you could use it as a multi-use one for setting up reoccurring payments. But then if somebody hacked the site that you put the credit card number in, it wouldn't actually trace back to your real one, and they wouldn't be able to do anything more than the limits you set on it. It was a really nice feature. I used it all the time as one times. So I would just put the amount of the purchase that I was buying, go make my purchase, and never have to worry about having my credit card stolen. Once they removed that feature, guess what? My credit card got stolen. And so, and it had to be digitally, because, and the nice thing is, a lot of the banks nowadays, they have all this fraud protection built in, and it's usually nothing that bad, and you get all your money back, and people shouldn't in general be worried. If you don't pay attention and log in I would say at least once a week to your online accounts, then you wouldn't be able to see these things happen. But nevertheless, they usually return it, and it usually all works out. Well, what a digital wallet does for you, yes, you got to give Google, we'll use Google as an example because I'm still a semi-fan of them. You give them your credit card number, so you type it in online just like you would when you're making a purchase. They store it. They save it. They're responsible for it. So they would have to get hacked. Then what you do is, when you go make your purchases online, if they use Google Pay, which a lot more are. I mean, you can also do this with PayPal. So PayPal will be probably even more popular than Google Pay. But when you go make your purchase, they don't give any credit card information. They just give tokens. So they just give a GUID, a digital representation of your credit card with all the information. And then the website or the company that you're buying whatever product from, they will use that, and they will send the information of how much you purchased and all your order details back to whoever your digital wallet's with, and then they'll process it. And so it's a lot more secure. The individual websites do not have to store anything more than a token. They never have your credit card information. So it's a lot better of a way for dealing with online purchases. The problem is not every website deals with that. And so then, because they got to pay fees. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you nothing, but it does cost you in the grand scheme of things, because each company's got to pay fees to subscribe to these services, and then they'll just raise their prices to cover those fees.
Yeah.
But
they've been doing that for credit cards for years.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So it doesn't matter, but I would recommend using a digital wallet. And then if you have fancy phones, which a lot of people do, you can use the tap to pay at stores and stuff like that. So that is also.
Use my flip phone. Is that what you're
saying? No flip phones. I mean, I guess if your flip phone has NFC technology in it, then maybe. So that's traditionally what digital wallets have been used for over the last few years. Yeah, see, they got Down here, they're talking about the different ones, the types, the security, regulation. So like Apple Pay, Google Pay, LG Pay. But you guys should see that, these are big name companies that are putting, better security than I don't know. I was trying to come up with a generic name of a website, but I didn't want to knock anybody's business. I was like, well, that wouldn't be nice. Like, if I think this is a trivial business. So, Joe Scammer on the website or something like that. I don't know. It's just
Hopefully
like
that's nobody's name though, because that would be
shady products.
yeah.
But that's probably like Eminem probably has something off of that or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But so that's how digital wallets traditionally have been. And that is not necessarily the same as a crypto digital wallet, but the idea is exactly the same. Does PayPal and Google Pay allow you to store cryptocurrency there? No. PayPal may. They're really close to doing that. So what is this? Oh, these are more about digital wallets. Yeah. So how does it communicate? NFC, if you didn't know, is near field communication, which allows two devices to exchange information if they're placed pretty close to each other, almost touching. And then QR codes is another good way. So if you've ever seen, if you're not familiar what a QR code is, that would be those square UPCs. Super awesome. They can store tons of information in them. So let's see. Did I get so generic? I just got the regular ones. I think I do. Oh yeah, see, there's Venmo. I've used that one. That's the one I use for sometimes pay stuff. All right.
Yeah, I haven't used it. I haven't used what was it, the NFCs. I have never done that before. I mean, I've seen it on commercials and stuff. It seems like it would be pretty cool. And or like even tap to pay.
Yeah, well, that's the NFC technology.
Right. Well, but like they show that you can Venmo. It seems like I think that's the one where you can like just, tap somebody's phone or whatever to transfer money over. I could be making that up.
No, yeah, I think that one may be it. There's also a Q. I think there's a code. I don't know. I will. For me, it's always been a little clunky because I will agree. I don't like the tapping a phone's idea. I don't like because I know that there could be underlying data transfers underneath that, and you would never know. And unless somebody really vets that program, then you just wouldn't know what's going on. So then, but you should always treat anything on your phone as public knowledge. That really is a fact. If you think that your phone is private, that's kind of a myth.
Yeah, especially if you have Wi-Fi. If you're picking up on any kind of Wi-Fi out in the world and not your own private, you're just keeping it open.
I was thinking or if you have a crazy partner and wants to get into your phone, nothing's private.
That's funny. Yep.
But yeah, you should consider your phone public knowledge. So yes, all that. I don't do the taps to phone, but I've used Venmo quite a few times. It's perfectly cool. You get instant money. You see it pretty much right there. Always to family, air quotes, family. They're closing that gap, by the way. If people know what I'm talking about, then they know. But if they don't, that's the loophole, so you don't have to pay taxes, right? But now they've closed that. Oh yeah, that would be a big thing. Now, all the PayPal, all the Cash Apps have to report everything over $600. So if you guys caught that, if everyone caught that over the summer, where they're going to start doing that, they didn't do it to banks, but they did it to all the Cash Apps. And so,
no, I hadn't heard that.
Government wants to see all the money transfers. All right. We got 10 minutes. Let's cover the first part of what is a blockchain wallet. Blockchain wallet, same thing as our digital wallet, but this is the way to manage cryptocurrencies. Our favorite things.
It is right now.
I was just looking to see what they gave us. So there are different types of wallets, and this is the thing that people have to understand, especially when you're buying cryptocurrency from places like Robinhood. They did not previously have wallets, so you never really owned the cryptocurrency per se, where you had an address and you could transfer it out of their website. I think they just implemented that now because they had to, because everybody wants that. But the first type of wallet would be a web-based wallet, and those would be where if you use Binance, that's one of the ones that I like. Coinbase is also good. I've used that one before, and that one's a good one. And they have a wallet that they manage for you. So it gives a address. It'd just be like a GUID. I don't know if we'll be able to see one, but it's just a long, 32 characters of nonsense. So numbers and letters. And that's how you would transfer your cryptocurrencies in and out of it. And if you just buy it on their exchange, they just put it right in there for you. But they manage all the passwords, the keys, everything. And that's nice, because if you forget your password, I think, Darcy, you just set up yours. You want to tell everybody what your password was?
I would love to, but I watched the little video that told me not to.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, why do they put those videos in there? Man, dang it. So close.
Like, I need pictures. I need moving pictures to understand.
So, yeah, it's a really long password. It's like 16 words or something like that. Small words, but and they're random and stuff like that. So it's hard. It's easy to forget or lose whatever you wrote down. And
and it has to be in order.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's kind of hard.
Like, I can remember all these words, but
we were joking about if there was a scammer trying to get somebody to repeat it, it'd just be so hard. I mean, I guess copy paste would be the easiest, but if you had somebody tell you, if you ever watch those scammer videos, they're hilarious.
They really are the best.
So you would want to keep, like, for ease of use and stuff, you want to keep it on exchange, because then you don't have to, for people that aren't experienced with computers and technology, I would recommend keeping an exchange. Huge drawback is exchanges stop letting you access your wallet during high volatility times. What does that mean? You can't buy or sell when the market is either jumping super fast or drop. It's usually when it's dropping, or when it's dropping super fast. They have glitches. And again, air quotes for those that, because I don't have arms. That's what I need. I need, like, air quote arms.
You do need air quote arms.
But Robinhood, I think, just got sued for that, and whoever sued them won. But they do shut down, and it's almost impossible to calculate what you would have got or lost or stuff like that, because you don't know the timing and all that. But the reason that they shut it down is because the way they interact with the cryptocurrency is they have a pool. So they have a large amount of the cryptocurrency. And when it starts fluctuating like that, they have a rate locked in, and they can't control those rates as much. And so it's kind of like they can't manage their costs. It's not, I wouldn't call it so much that you're selling that they're worried about. That it also factors in. But it's really the way that they manage the cryptocurrencies that they resell to you. And so I think that's part of it. And plus, they don't want to lose money. So that's a web-based wallet. Then you have mobile wallets, which would be on your smartphone or your tablet. These would be like, that's interesting. Thought MetaMask would fall into that one. But these would be Trust Wallet and Mycelium, and Coinbase has one. So then I guess it's on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I'm totally just not even going to read any more about that, because I would never do that. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. How many people lose their phone? That's it. There you go. You don't even, like, who cares about the other reasons? Like, just like you lose your phone all the time. So No, I'm good on that. And that's another thing to think about when you have those authenticators. That is a problem too. If you lose your phone and you have those authenticators and they're kind of locked into your phone, and yeah, big problems. But not big problems. You just got to make sure you keep very detailed paperwork. So I wouldn't recommend using a mobile wallet. Desktop wallet, it's a little bit better. Your computer can crash, but it's less likely you're going to lose your computer. So that's why I would, out of the three, I would say, or four, because hardware wallets is like a USB drive. I'll talk about that. So I would say desktop wallets are probably the medium one. It's tied with the, I would say it's tied with the exchange one, but a lot of people are getting their desktop wallets hacked. So that's where you got to start worrying about hackers on your computer or scammers or people that have accessed. So that would be a desktop wallet, would be the same as a mobile wallet. You store all the information and everything on your computer. And you do got to remember that cryptocurrency isn't a physical thing, right? So it's just the address of that coin that says it belongs to your wallet's address. When I say address, it's back to that. I'm going to go with 32 characters. It may be a different number, but 32 characters of letters and numbers. So that's all they're doing. So when you would have your phone lost, it's not like the currency is actually on the phone. That's something to understand. It's in the internet. It's out in the world, but there's no owner to it because it says it's owned by that wallet. So if that wallet disappears, there's no way to say that it wasn't deleted or any, I mean, it's just the coins go to oblivion. And so they can never be pulled out of it. They can never be removed. They're just lost. That's why there's a guy that I was reading an article. He's searching a trash dump for, he threw out an old hard drive with like, I forget, thousands of Bitcoins on it, hundreds of Bitcoins on it. And it's worth like 300 million or something like that. And so he's searching this trash dump. Yeah. I'll bring up the article after the break. But, so it's not like the coins are on there. It's just the ownership to the coins are on there. So it's like you lost all your titles and everything, and there's no way to get it back. So that would be the desktop wallet. The hardware wallet, I wouldn't necessarily call it the safest option, but it kind of is. As long as you keep track of all, well, if you lose your USB drive, then that also
throw it away.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's what's happened. There's another famous story in the crypto world is there was a guy that ran an exchange and he died and he never gave his password to anybody. And he managed other people's cryptocurrencies and their coins and everything in his wallet basically. Oh. And yeah, he died and nobody could get to it. And then they were suing his wife and like all kinds of crazy stuff. And she can't even access like most of their fortune. She's still got quite a bit of money, but that's why she's being sued. But yeah, there's nothing. I mean, there's literally nothing you can do, because if you can hack it, then it makes it all like everybody's can be hacked then. So it's kind of the beauty of how it works, but it's also huge. There's no password recovery.
So there's a lesson here, if you're doing something like that, you have to have your passwords in some sort of lockbox or something that somebody can get it at your death.
Oh yeah, that is a huge lesson. Yes, I did that too.
You still wouldn't want people to have you don't want somebody to have your passwords when you're still alive. Yep. Or even have access to them. Like, oh, just so you know, in the top left drawer of my desk.
Yep. Now that's what I did personally. I'll admit it. I told a couple trusted family members where to go look for the passwords that I wrote down for all the cryptocurrencies, because you can't even beg and plead. There's literally nothing you can do. Like, because you can get in the current world, you can get people to unlock things and to open bank accounts if you got enough proof that you're the rightful owner to said thing.
Right.
It doesn't.
All you have to do is say that you're a prince in some country, and I mean, people get all of people's money with saying like the silliest things. So
Yep. So that's why
I like that. But
the lesson for that definitely, if you have stuff, you definitely want to have it somehow that people after your death. I mean, I guess if you don't want to give it away, then you just not tell anybody. That's cool. I mean, that's actually just fine too. Yeah, I mean, like everybody thinks they're getting your crypto, and nope. And then, but the worst part is like these people that threw it away and have lost it. It was 10 years ago, and that was when it was worth nothing. Yeah, that's what it's like. It was no big deal for 10 years, and then they're like, oh crap, because they believed in it, and then they didn't, and that's the thing. And being a programmer, I see the beauty of it, and I don't think it's going to go away. Now, will it be what everybody thinks it is? I don't know about that. But yeah. So what I would recommend when dealing with the types of wallets, my recommendation, and this would be something that I would say you spread it. You do a little bit of each. You don't have all your eggs in one basket. So if you're doing hardware wallets, have multiple Ledger USBs. Ledger is like one of the more popular ones. Trezors, there's only really two, but I would say, but use Ledger probably. They're really good, and have multiples of those. So spread your coins across those. So if you lose one, you didn't lose everything. Have a little bit on your desktop. Don't do mobile wallet. Just don't, please. And then sorry for everybody that's made mobile wallets and the young folks that are super on their phones and don't even have a desktop computer. They're like, what? What's a PC? Sorry, I'm sure they know, but
right.
But then the exchange wallets also just have a little bit spread across everywhere, and that's what my recommendation for that, to limit a single point of failure. And then, okay, so all these passwords, they all still have passwords and everything. Write them down in triplicate and make sure you have one of the sets not in your house. That's what I would recommend. In a lockbox outside of your house, because if your house burns down with your computers and everything in it, you can't ever get it back. So even if you have a fireproof safe, what if it happens to fail? Do you want to take that chance? I would have a second copy somewhere else. Same with hard drives and stuff. If you got like important family photos and you don't trust the cloud or something, I definitely would not store them on the internet, for sure. I would not put them in a text file. I would never let those see the light of the day to the internet. That would be horrible. That would be as bad as using a mobile wallet. So don't do that either. But that's the lessons from the lab.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yep.
So it's break time. When we come back, we're going to specifically dive into Metamask for just enough time to cover it. And then I want to get to our exciting science topics. I think those are kind of...
when we're in Metamask, are we going to reveal our...
We will. Yes.
It's just,
I don't think she's excited at all, folks. Not at all.
Who?
You.
Who, me?
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Yep.
You.
I'm ready for the judgment.
The judgment. Grandma's going to be like, I don't like it. No. She's going to tell us in chat that she likes it. And then when I get off, she'll be like, that's stupid.
That's okay. I would actually prefer that. I don't
now I'm going to go downstairs and Grandma's like, I wouldn't say that. I would never say that. I think everything's great. Everything is awesome.
That would be hilarious. I want to see it. I want a picture of my NFT on your fridge. That's what I want.
No. Oh, before we go, I got a mural canvas this week.
Oh yeah.
So I talked the talk and I walked the walk. So, over the last few weeks we've been talking about NFTs, and we came across a really cool the Netgear mural canvas too. And I don't know, I haven't gotten into it. I just got it a couple days ago. First impressions, I like it a lot. And so I haven't got the NFTs, but yeah, I'll take a picture of it on the frame on the wall or something. That means I gotta mount something on Grandma's wall. I don't know if she'll let me do that.
No, that's okay.
Special permission.
Well, I was just saying the fridge, because isn't that where like all kid pictures go?
Yeah, I know, but no, but that would be cool. So, some of those fancy fridges have like TV monitors in them.
Screen?
Yeah, and then you could have your kids' NFT. Oh man. But so you got to understand, there's a money cost to minting. So that is something. The reason you'd want to mint is to keep it forever, like out in the world forever. So that is just something to always think about. It's kind of it was like when we
I
were
don't know
doing
why.
backups.
I was like, or you could just get it as a tattoo and then you'll have it forever.
I swear we had a conversation similar to this, but it was about our backups for work or something.
Probably.
So,
You
all
know
right.
what? I think you're right. I do recall. This does sound familiar. But yeah, let's go.
Let's because we'll keep talking if we don't take a break. So, all right.
Yep.
What do we want? Oh, we'll just go to our. We should always prep this. Keep this in mind.
I'll put it on our list.
Yeah, put it on our checklist. You're gonna get this back alley picture today. Oh, really? Bored apes? Why are they? Oh, this kind of looks cool.
Oh, this is intermission.
Really?
Hey, that's a lot of the same.
Come on, somebody have something worth. Our collection. Okay, this is cool. I mean, it's better than everything else.
That's actually really, really cool. It kind of reminds me of what you were saying before with the mosaics, but like this one with the was it the second row, the third one in, third column? It looks like those tests where you test to see like how much bleach is in the water or different, what the different chemicals are. And clearly I did food service for a long time, but that's like the first thing it makes me think of. That's awesome. Or like the DNA or whatever.
This one?
The DNA. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it looked like city traffic from above. Like these are buses or trains or subways and little cars and stuff like that. But
like those time lapse videos where you see the cars going, except for it's just not as long.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. So I'll leave you at this because the reason we keep talking about NFTs. Do you see how much they're trying to sell this for?
Yep.
$185,000.
Or 80 ETH.
Oh wait. Oh, I bet this is what I was talking to you about. We can talk about it when we get back. It's computer generated art.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I believe so. Was I talking to you about this? I might have been talking to Miwa about it. I didn't mention this to you? Oh. Okay, yeah. They have computers generating art now.
That's funny because I watched I was watching World According to Jeff Goldblum, and
don't watch it, folks, please.
Yeah,
don't watch that show.
But they were talking about, and I had pulled it up, and unfortunately I was having Chrome problems today. But there's a robot that creates music, and apparently it's got some albums and stuff. I'll look in just to see what the name is again. But yeah, it writes its own lyrics and creates its own music. So this is actually not as surprising since I had seen that. I was actually just thinking about it this morning.
Yeah, we'll touch it. We'll probably touch on this at some point during the channel. So, all right, break time. You get a cool picture. I'll go back to the other ones. I don't want to be. We'll go to where you get a lot. And then music. Mute. See everyone at 8:45. I don't see any movement right beside me. Message. Dangerous.
What's that?
Nothing. I'm just talking to all our fans under the music, so they probably can't even hear it.
I was wondering. I was like, you're just talking.
Yeah, I was just mumbling, talking about stuff. I was gonna try to move my sound bar because it was below animes, and that one's not moving. And I wanted to put your sound and my sound closer together.
You know, one thing that I noticed.
Yeah.
Is that your animes is lower than usual.
I know. I tried.
I just didn't.
I mean, fix it.
As long as you're aware.
I'm aware. It was those stupid global buttons.
I figured.
You know.
This feels better. Because we are equals.
No, I was just a little bear today. Just a little bear. I was sitting low in my seat. Yeah. You know, like when you got one of those chairs that just don't go up very high.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And then you're sitting around a table and you're like the only low person. It's the best. It's the best.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, we were talking about, these are all computer generated. No, it's not. Music. Okay. Yeah, you made me double check, but I don't see it dancing because I usually can see it dancing, but our voices were making it go. Oh. So while this is okay, I think I could produce it, but they're kicking these out fast, so it's cool. I like it.
I think a few, but
yeah, I wouldn't buy a lot of them, obviously, but I thought it was cool, but definitely not 100. I think part of the goal, I hope people, if somebody listens to this and makes $100,000 off it, I'm gonna be, please come back and tell us. Like, we would love to know that. I think this is just way overpriced. I'd love to see the art be something reasonable for people to buy. But you know, it takes time and there's skill, and I understand.
Yep, and it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard. It's not easy. So you can charge whatever you want, but that's my goal, is that eventually the prices come down and people can display their cool little drawings. That. Which one?
Afterlife.
Oh, the Ghostbusters thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're doing for NFTs. Oh, these would be cool.
Oh yeah, the little.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
I like that vignette.
Okay, here we go. So this is from the people that created the movie. And they probably specifically created maybe these guys. Yeah. But I don't know what level. So the reason I bring that up is because you're not buying them from some person that's ripping off the movie. That's what I'm trying to put out.
In collaboration with. Right after.
In the words.
Yeah. It says, so the creators worked in collaboration with artists here. That's very cool. I love that because, I love the Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. You see this?
Oh, and it's a little video.
Yeah. So this is what it would be on your wall. Mm-hmm. You got your blinking lights.
See the little things.
Yeah, the little sparkles or whatever. Yeah. Okay, here we go. And what are they charging? They're only taking offers.
Not a whole lot.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Not a little bit, but
be a little disoriented.
The ones that we just watched.
$115. Mm-hmm. That is reasonable. It's not a good price. I'm not saying people are going to go out and jump at spending $115 on a picture, but it's animated for one. It's high res. It'll look great. Mm-hmm. If I like this movie a little more, I might buy one just for the channel, just to show everybody what it would look like. But if somebody wants to donate one, that'd be great.
That's hilarious.
PM us. But yes, this is cool. Yeah, it's cool. So that one's 231. So I'm just gonna take a rough guess. Ooh, that one's a little more, maybe. But they're all gonna be between, let's say, $100 and $500 somewhere in there. What's so cool about this one? Except for this one. This one is $300,000.
He's roasting.
Yeah, I don't know why this one's extra. They minted it, they transferred it, they sold it.
2 months ago, even.
And now he's trying to sell it. Fob the dog. All right. Oh, he's got some cool pictures he's bought. Okay. This
I
is
like
this.
that Salt Shaker one.
Which one?
I
This
don't
one?
know why. Yeah. um, I like the color. I don't know. I like it. It just popped out at me. Like of all the ones that I first see, like that I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, yes. No, it's weird the things that you like for. Anyway, we can continue.
So he's collected 183. I think his collection. This I would come back here if I could, just because this shows a lot of variation.
Oh, I like that puff.
This
That
one?
blip mini puffed guy.
Mm-hmm. $243. So let's get back to our thing. But this is we'll keep coming always back to these.
Yep. Yeah, it's fun.
Not the gun part, but he's so mopey.
The rest of it. His eyes are X's.
Yeah,
he's missing a tooth.
That's what I like. He's got a robot arm. He's been through a rough battle. Poor
like,
guy.
I've had a day.
Yeah, I've had a day. That would be the best. For the people that are just listening, we're looking at an NFT called Hodl Gang. Earth, the near future. Yep. All global financial markets have collapsed. The only viable forms of currency are NFTs. Wild bands of hodlers roam the street in search of the next big art project to FOMO into. And for people that don't know what FOMO means, that's fear of missing out. That is a term used that's a cut down because you're just buying just to get in with everybody else. You're just doing it because everybody else is doing it. And you're scared that you won't be part of the group. That's what that means. But this guy is awesome. Wow.
He is.
$300 is tempting.
It really is.
It really is tempting. If I was in this NFT game for real, I would love to look at it. The only thing
that would make this better is instead of a gun, if you had like an ice cream.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
It just needs like something silly with it because he's super funny. A funny guy.
Yeah, back to the people just listening. So we have a guy walking with a blue background. He's got a red, what is this? A beanie knit cap thingy. He's got X's for his eyes. He's missing a tooth. He's got a scruffy goatee. He's got some slobber on his shirt. He's got a cybernetic arm. Torn up short jeans. The shoes actually are probably the best thing about him. I mean, he's carrying a gun, but and it's just repeating the walking motion. And I would if he had an ice cream, I would have this set to come up when if I left my house, when I'd come home from work and I had a rough day, because it would just make me smile. It'd be like, well, he had it a little more rough than I did. This is what it's all about. Like a nice conversation around it, everybody looking at it, everybody enjoying it. And then maybe you pass it along. Of course you sell it, but you move it along. Everybody's trading these NFT arts. It'll be great. And how do you do that? Well, you do it with a digital wallet. And one of the most popular ones is Metamask. So this would be a desktop wallet, one that you install on your computer. And how long did it take you to install, Darcy?
Not long.
And what would you, if you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest that you've ever had to install, where would it fall?
Well, the thing is when I installed this, uh, it only installed as a browser app.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And it was super easy to install. It was basically like create a password. Here's your secret phrase. Then they verify that you actually have your secret phrase in the correct order, and then that is it. They open it up. But it did make my my Chrome really unhappy. I have to say.
Oh,
But
that's interesting. What do you mean it made it unhappy?
um like like all of a sudden everything slowed down. It wasn't like a memory. I pulled up my task manager. It wasn't a memory issue, but like everything I was trying to do in Chrome, like it, and this was shortly after, I don't know that it would make much difference later in the day or tomorrow or whatever. But I pulled up. I had a couple other windows open at the time. I opened up YouTube to get ready for our show, and everything just went black. And it it the only new thing was that. So I am not saying I don't like it. I would have preferred that it was something that I installed, but
Yep, that is a good point. It is a browser app.
yeah.
So, go ahead.
Because I did the thing that I do, and I Googled it. Why? What do I need to do? And everything was like, you got a Chrome extension. You have to work with that. Yeah, I mean they offered other solutions, right? But the one that fit based on what I had just done was that it was this extension, and I have used other Google extensions without that problem, but
Yeah, that is
but
correct. But it's interesting. I don't have the same behavior, but from our ones of viewers, if anybody installs it and wants to wants to report back how it goes, yeah, we would love to hear feedback from it. But we on the channel will be using Metamask as our examples. We will be showing you how to interact with it, because I would imagine that's probably, we will try to find whatever's going to be the most common tool to interact with NFTs. For cryptocurrency, this is also a cryptocurrency. This is how you interact with things that aren't on main exchanges. So when I was playing with cat coins, I'm curious how my cat coins are doing. I don't have them anymore, but because they peaked during when Tiger King came out, and then they fell like a rock. But I sold them at the peak, so I did good on that one. But then I held on to my Tiger King coins, so it was kind of like a wash. But
the new series isn't doing as well as the original, huh?
No, I don't think so. Based off the coin performance, no. Nope, not at all.
Everyone's like, yeah, I'm over it.
yeah, pretty much. But that was how I had to interact with that exchange, which was Uniswap, which is just another exchange, but it's different. It's way more risky. Definitely don't recommend it for the inexperienced. Like, that one was a little scary. And that's when you learn about gas fees. That's your introduction to gas fees. It is when you buy $100 worth of cryptocurrency and it costs you $150 in fees. Yes, that math is not good math.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is super sad. But if you do things, if you time things well, then you have a chance to get that back. So, MetaMask. Back to MetaMask. So MetaMask allows you to explore different blockchains. So that's really nice because you can connect to different ones. You own your data. This is very, very important. Everything is yours and it's secure as far as you want to keep it secure. And you choose what to share, when to share. You have a lot more control over it. in a mobile wallet, I'll even say, a digital wallet, or your hard wallet because it's yours. On an exchange, you technically don't control it. So it'd be just like a bank. An exchange is a bank. That's the easiest way to put those two together. So if people make a run on the bank, an exchange is a bank that doesn't have FDI insurance. So keep that in mind too. I think there's like Binance was really good. They got hacked and they gave everybody's money back. So that was a really good thing. Don't count on that every time and stuff like that.
It's not a requirement.
Yeah, it's not a requirement. And I think so,
like
there is a gray area. I think somebody's got FDI insurance, but just go in thinking they don't have FDI insurance. If they do, that's a pleasant surprise. But an exchange is a bank without insurance. So when people make a run on the banks, they shut them down. Think of what happened. You're guaranteed your 250K, and if you go off the average person's savings, that's going to well cover that. So you don't have to worry about losing your money for the most normal people with banks. You very well can lose everything with cryptocurrency. I'm always going to repeat that for the people that are playing with the financial side. And that's very easy to do with Metamask. You have to just do your homework. That's the easiest way. And we're not the homework. Don't say, oh, I listened to Jeff and Darcy and I know everything about this now. No. So you just get ideas. Yeah, it's intro. It's like, when you're trying to go to college and you can't take the 101 class and you got to take the pre-class to get into the 101 class, that's us.
Or like when I went back to community college and I had to take the pre.
Yeah. I mean, basically you're taking high school stuff again.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I was just going to say that. Yes, you start back at high school math. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's us.
Okay, it's been a while.
We're those types. We're that information. Yeah, we're high school math. And
no, not the geometry. This is the
This is professional. This is real world. So let's see what features. Swaps. Most way to store and swap Ethereum tokens. I thought they dealt with other dexes. I thought they did other chains. So they might be different. I mostly deal with Ethereum and Polygon, so that's why this comes up the most for me. But I might have to just see if you have to have a totally different wallet for the other ones. But irrelevant. Here's all the different places that you could interact with. So Uniswap, I personally used. That's how I got my Polkadot tokens, which are now exchanged on Binance. So I'm going to eventually transfer it out of my MetaMask area into Binance's. But Grandma liked the Polkadots. I sent her on research one time. Let's see, Polkadot. We can learn about that project real quick. This is Grandma's project. Polkadot network. The wait is over. A parachain launches here. Polkadot enables cross-blockchain transfers. So it helps transfer basically cryptocurrencies between chains. So it's kind of like a top layer. It sits on top of it. And it's really, really interesting. And it's a good project. And Grandma found this project. So
nice.
we tossed a little bit into it, and it's done pretty well. I'm not sure. I'm scared to look at what it's doing today, but
yeah, don't look at it today.
Yeah. Let's look. We're
having a good day.
Let's ruin our good day. Oh, good price. I like coin market cap. I don't know how that fares. Let me see where I can tell you where we got in at. So we bought it somewhere around in here. Yeah, it looks like we're still a little up, but it's getting close. It's getting real close because it was looking real good up here in November, and at $52, and now it's half that. That's why I said everything's on sale, because one of the ways I evaluate is I look at the peak. I look at the lowest valley, and this is over the course of a year. We can even go year to date, but then that gets really hard. And because the year to dates really skew, because all this really started within the last year or two. So a lot of them did. So you got to be careful on how far you go back because it messes it up. But over the course of the last year, we're still basically where we started. It's basically where it started last year. So no movement. But I look at the top, the bottom, and then if it's at the bottom, the odds of it going even lower are low. So you look at percentages, right? So this percentage is a lot lower, dropping down to the very, very bottom. It's a smaller percentage than your chance to get back up even halfway. You don't even have to get that high to make the top percentage on the other side. So it's kind of like what I think of, but we're going back out of here. Polka dot. So it sits on top of everything. I don't know. I like it. It's a good project. I should have actually left the Coinbase one up. They would have given a better blurb about. Let's see if they have a better blurb here. Polkadot will enable completely decentralized web. Polkadot is built to connect the private and consortium chains. Oh, I wonder if okay. So it might be able to connect public and private chains. That's what it says.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal because that would tie in how you would be able to, for instance, I believe we talked about Walmart Canada implementing blockchain for their supply chain. And if we didn't, we always can talk about it again. But for them, it was done on a private blockchain. And then if they wanted to share what they're doing, like the information wise for the banking and stuff with another supply chain or another group, then this could probably connect it. That's why this project's really interesting. And there's the people that built it. And so, all right, enough on that because we're getting close to our time. And Metamask. So it lets you connect to all these different ones. It does let you play with the gas fees, so we'll be able to look at the gas fees and stuff on our test network. Sippage. This is the variance from the moment you hit the button. If you remember, the block does not get committed instantaneously. It's once it's full. And that could be minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know. It could be seconds. So you have to set in a variance allowance. And they allow you to set it, but then if you try to get in and your thing doesn't get through, remember, you lose the gas fees. So that's why playing with all these dials is a little tricky because you could cause yourself to not get into the block, then not get accepted on whatever you're trying to do. And then you have to repeat the process again and repay the gas fees. So that's why they have all these little dials, but they're set to defaults that pretty much allow it to go through. And that's it. So then we would download it and we will use it next week to drum roll to mint, or well, actually to transfer our NFT to it. We'll show it in the test net, and I'm trying to figure out how to show my screen. So give me a sec. I'm gonna minimize this real quick to make sure. Yeah, that was our notes. I knew there was something back there. You would see all our prep, all the hard work that goes into this.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. It's very well organized.
There it is. This is the NFT that our first, what do we say, 20? So we still have 7 slots open, I believe. I don't know. You can verify our current subscriber count.
We are counting ourselves, right?
Well, I subscribed. To us. Well, we'll probably, I would say, okay, yeah, we probably only have a few slots left because we want to verify the number. It's getting super limited. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we'll be pulling the current list probably after the show and then try to monitor it for the next 3. I think we'll only have 3 slots left because we do want to keep one for the channel, right? Just in general, not, and then I want one and you want one. So there's 3 that will not be able to be touched. And then we have 13, so that leaves 4 slots left. So if you want to get in on our exclusive first limited edition NFT that Pretending to Program will mint, then you need to subscribe. You need to do all kinds of things. It's like what we got contracts in blood, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know, things like that.
Yep. Applications.
Yeah,
There's
yeah. It's a pretty long.
there's
It's a
a
pretty
map
long
to.
process. Yeah. It's like
I
what's
just
the
need to
opposite of an IQ test? So
I don't know.
there we go. That's what we got going on. You've seen it. You saw it here first.
Yep.
All right. Do we want to do
Are
a
we gonna
break?
show the other one, autos?
Do you
No, I'm
want
still
to?
good.
That's I was
Yeah.
not okay. You do want to show it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, there was kind of a peak already.
what do you mean a peak?
When you first brought it up, you could see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but nobody knew what was going on. So this is go ahead. You can talk about it.
Oh yeah, this is Otto. I so one of our puppies has lymphoma. So Jeff had an awesome idea to make a NFT out of his picture. So this is a picture of him, and he loves his bone. So
Oh, I thought that was a collar. No, I'm just joking.
yeah, I know. Well, the funny thing is he always tries to get 2 bones in his mouth. And so I was gonna do 2 bones, but then I was like, oh, well, then it'd be like a skull and crossbones. That's a little too real.
A little
like,
too
we're
real. Oh
yeah.
man.
So I just stuck with the 1.
Yeah, that is actually it's funny, but not because yeah, you're right.
It was like it would have been had if he was.
If he's gonna be alive a little bit longer, yes,
Yeah.
it would have been a little bit better. And then it would have been quite ironic if it would have been.
Yeah. Well,
so,
it would have happened eventually. So
well, yeah, that's what it'd been like. Oh,
not
look at this! I drew this. Yeah, not the soonness that it is, but yep. So we'll practice mitten this one too. We have a few other ideas. We will. I mean, we've mentioned it. We'll have a collection, and we will do our best to make sure they are as like literally as cheap as possible. If they get resold, that's beyond us. We can't really do anything about that. But
why are you saying that? I'm the one doing all the art. I'm just
yeah.
They're like, you get what you pay for. Here.
I was talking about my art. Art. Like, well, what if you sell it to me? Yeah, see, and then maybe no, we're just being silly now. But but yes, we will have some for people because I mean, we can do one drawing and have it like 1,000, right? And so, well, that's so that somebody can have like I think that's part of the thing, right?
Yep.
Part of what where I was going with that, not definitely not all her stuff because it takes her like multiple weeks to draw these, and she's gonna play it down. It's just like a night or something, but she really does work on them pretty hard.
Out of pure laziness, it takes that long.
But it does take a little while because I'm sure you erase and you kind of redo your plan. Like you said, you had 2 bones, you went back down to 1 bone. And so, there's effort that goes into this. And that's
really sweet. Actually, this one was, this is my first draft.
Yeah. So she's just like, nah, I spent 5 minutes, just like you said at the beginning, but so yeah, we're not going to give them away, but we will have bulk ones. Because we want everyone listening that wants to try NFTs, that wants to go through that experience. We want them to have it without having to lose their money. We can help walk through it when we get to control it a little bit better. There's only so much we can control. I got to keep pointing out the gas fees. That's not something that people need to forget about when you're doing all these tradings, especially inexperienced people. That's the Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis story. Yeah. Yes, it's horrible. And they didn't intentionally do it, but people lost a lot of money on their little NFT deal.
Yeah, so. That's sad. We definitely want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if we keep
Ashton Kutcher and I'm not Mila
yeah.
But yeah, that would be sad. But yeah, we'll definitely that'll be a lot of fun. Creating something that we can make super available for anybody that wants it. That'll be a lot of fun.
Because we'll do pretending to program day, and everybody that's went and got a digital a wallet and the NFT and a digital frame, or just has it on their computer, we'll have everybody put it up at the same time. We'll be
that would be awesome.
Unified. No, it's just silly, but like while you're listening, you throw up your pretending to program picture. Who knows? Just be silly.
Yep.
So break time. We'll be back at 9:20 for the final 20 minutes. Right? We can go to 9:40. Is that okay? or do we need to cut off at
Yes.
9:30?
Yeah, we can do that.
9:40. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna cover all the sciencey things that we can cover, right?
Yep. Yep. Sounds
Like,
good.
what do we got? Goldfish driving cars.
Yeah, let's talk about that. And then there was the deep fakes.
Oh,
The
deep
one I
fakes. We'll save that for next week. Let's
Yeah,
talk
that's a
about more
bigger one,
fun
huh?
sciencey. Yeah, that'll take up the whole 20 minutes. So, all right, we'll be back at 9:20. 5-minute break. We're gonna throw up our music. We're gonna leave you with our upcoming NFTs, but only one will be publicly available. And not even really. It'll be a private public release. And so there you go. We'll see you at 9:20. So 5 minutes.
All right. See ya. You come. Hello? Are you there? I guess not.
Looks like she's sleeping.
I'm not sleeping.
Your eggplant was sleeping. It was the best.
I was looking at my phone. I'm sorry.
No, it looked like you were sleeping.
No, I looked up and I caught it just before it moved, and it totally did. That was awesome. Well, a minute ago, I thought when I first got back, your little bear guy did that. Like you were getting into your bear suit, and I started talking. You weren't there, and I was like,
Yeah, I set down my coffee. I had to make coffee.
Oh.
That's always sad. And I got to time it a little better so that I have to make the coffee before instead of already being halfway through.
So, yeah, well, I finished my last cup while we were setting up. So, because if I haven't, I woke up at 4:15 this morning. So it's already been 5 hours for me.
Wow. You were just so excited about today's show. You just couldn't sleep.
Yeah. No, actually, it was Otto. He was so excited for the show. He was like, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm too excited. I can't hold it any longer. He's my alarm. Even when I don't have an alarm.
All right.
I do on. Oh, do we have music on?
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Yep. I was gonna say, I don't know if you've noticed. Well, probably not. But my eyes have been real wonky today on animes.
No, I don't watch you on purpose so that I don't die laughing and laugh the whole time. Yeah, remember when we first started this whole thing? That's why you're off to the side out of my eyesight, so I don't see your eggplant. You're like in this very far corner.
Yeah, no, it's too funny.
Because when we first found them,
it's gonna be extra funny today because like my eyes are super wonky today.
That's cool. Because I forget who was telling me they were watching you specifically, your facial expressions. I was like, yep, that's the point.
Yeah, well, it's got a mind of its own too, so it's just. But yeah, I've been scared to mess with it because I did have technical difficulties this morning. So I'm like, well, that's just. So I'm aware of it. Anyway, let's talk about science.
I want to mention one thing. I went downstairs and Grandma was like, she really liked your drawing, and then she was like, I really like how you're really warning everybody about investing and stuff and to be careful. And she said that it's so much better than the casinos that we see on TV now. And I'm like, yeah. Because she was like, they tell you you can win. You put in $5 and you can win 20, or you get 20 back. You put in 5 and you get 20 back. And I was like, yeah, that's not exactly how it works. And so, yeah, I said I'll be our PSA because they just turned on sports betting in Indiana. So there's commercials all the time. I mean, they turned it on, I think, the 2021, but there's no like PSA for it at all. The Mannings did it too. Like they were on it and then they actually did a PSA for it. So I thought that was nice. Like they had a whole, like instead of promoting Caesars, they came on and said, hey, you got to be really careful. Here's the hotline for gambling and stuff like that. So
what's Manning's?
Oh, sorry. The Eli, Peyton, and the family, their dad are all in on this casino thing too. They're in the commercials with the sports betting and stuff, gotcha. Which we thought was kind of surprising, But.
Yeah, that's super surprising. But at the same time, they are known. Well, it seems like they're known, if you're not into sports like me, for just being like kind of nice people. Mm-hmm. And I think that would be a huge. That could be like an image buster.
Yeah.
So yeah, they almost have to.
Yeah, but they did it after the fact. That was the thing. They didn't do it first. Yeah.
probably like,
I
wait a
think
second, we're
it's
getting
just like
some
what, yeah.
negative.
I think it's just what you said. They took a huge, bigger hit than calculated because it's all based off of risk management,
Mhm.
right? And so they decided it probably wouldn't be that bad. No, I'm sure it was bad, and that's why they did it.
Yep.
Because you're exactly right. You know nothing about sports, but you know they're supposedly a nice family, and then that would
Yeah.
be like lending that to oh, it's not horrible because it's you should be allowed to choose if you want to gamble, but a bad thing. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. And so, yeah, now, and I know why they probably did it because they're trying to buy a football team, and so
Oh, really?
they're trying to buy the Broncos, and so I'm
Didn't
guessing
one
they
of them
needed to
play
cash
for the
out.
Broncos?
Peyton
Or
did.
am I
He won the Super
yeah.
Bowl right before he retired. He retired off that Super Bowl win. So, yeah,
Mm,
I think that's why they did it because they needed the extra cash grab.
gotcha. Did the
Again,
PSA
calculated
or did
risk. No, the signing on for the
casino?
casino.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I mean, and
Yeah, that would
again,
make more sense.
yep,
It's like, wait.
like knowing you're going to take the hit, but you need the money to achieve your larger goal.
Yeah.
It's those sacrifices that I guess they define character at some point, right? Because how many of those little mini slides do you make before you're just considered not making good choices? Because I don't think that was good for them to promote it. Really, I mean, because it's exactly like you said, they're known as a nice family, and so
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
shouldn't be associated with gambling. I'm not saying gambling's the worst thing in the world, but for a lot of people, it's a really hard thing to overcome.
Yeah,
So,
that makes me I haven't really like I don't have an opinion one way or another, but I did like it's I have noticed that there's a lot of actors and I'll say celebrities that have alcohol like are their own brand of whatever.
oh yeah. Everybody's getting into the
Yeah.
alcohol game now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's just like the more like for a while it was every
Hmm.
once in a while.
It's interesting.
Um but it seems like a more common thing like for a while it was the perfumes or whatever, cologne. And I was
Yeah,
gonna say scents, but I wasn't sure.
but
But
I don't see
it's
people
like
destroying their lives over perfumes.
yeah, exactly. And then and now it's alcohol and a little bit into like CBD and
Oh, yeah, very, very, very tiny on
yeah.
that, but
Well, yeah,
yeah.
but
No,
it's just
everybody's got
it's
an alcohol
really
line now.
interesting. It yeah.
Okay, let's get back to
But
science.
anyway, yeah,
That was our
let's talk
PSA
about
against gambling, and it's not against gambling. Just make sure you're aware of what you're doing. That's all.
yeah.
So,
Yep.
if you're not aware, we're on our science section, and we're gonna only be able to talk about it for 10 minutes because we talked like for 5 minutes, 7 minutes
We did
about
our typical
off topic. But the James Webb Telescope is now out in space, and I believe it's fully deployed. It's not in position, but this was from just 3 days ago. And if you haven't been following, you should definitely go and look up what's been going on with the James Webb Telescope. So for those that don't even know about it, it's the new telescope that is going to replace the Hubble. And when I say replace, be an addition to, because the Hubble is insanely old and nobody wants to maintain it anymore. And there is almost no information here. So we'll have to find another one. But last week they began moving the individual mirrors, so all these little mirrors to reflect light to do their little thing. And because they were just in the launch position to keep them from breaking and screwing up. And it says that the mirror deployment team moved all 132 actuators. So that doesn't mean there's 132 mirrors. I think that's just the little motors that are underneath. Not motor, but okay, we're not going to go into what an actuator. But they moved the mirrors and the secondary mirrors, and then they're moved 12 millimeters away from the telescope using 6 motors that deploy each segment approximately half a length of a paperclip. Okay. And these actuators clear the mirrors from their launch restraints and give each segment enough space to later be adjusted in other directions to the optical starting position. So they were probably secured, and it's the movement out of that securing I doubt they're really in place because the way this reads, it sounds like they still gotta like fine tune it. It's probably they gotta focus the mirrors on whatever they're looking at, right?
Yep. Well, yeah, and I mean, launching into space has never seemed to be very smooth.
No.
And when you have something where it needs to be the, moved to the length of a paper clip for just one spot, it would make perfect sense. Like, let's just tie everything down and we'll worry about that when it gets in space. Like, make it perfect now. I did check because I was curious where the Hubble telescope was, because obviously I understand that it's looking into space. So where is it? And just so you know, it's about 340 miles above Earth's surface. So, and it completes 15 orbits a day. There you go. That's exactly what I looked at. Because I was curious. I was like, well, I know it's in space, right? Everybody does. But I was just curious if something's replacing it. Where is it at?
Trying to find good pictures. Let's go back. Now I'm into this.
We've got a lot of awesome science from the Hubble telescope.
Oh, yeah. If you follow the Hubble, it's insane. It's far exceeded anything close to what they expected out of it.
It's been there since 1990, April 24th.
Yeah.
I was.
All right. So let's see. Oh, wow. It's pretty close. So here is how far it's had to travel.
That's pretty close.
What?
It's just pretty close. I don't know. I just think it's funny. Continue.
It's pretty close. What? It's way out here.
I thought you meant like it was close to us.
Oh,
like,
no.
That's not that far.
Yeah. So here's us. Here's the moon. And then here it is, way out here. And so, yeah. So they just copied this right here. That's funny. Let's see if they have anything that gives me a better description of it. I just news about web, about overview. There we go. So this is the pretty telescope, and it's the premier observatory of the next decade. What I thought was really cool is the international collaboration on it. So NASA, the European Space Agency, the Canadian Space Agency, and a few other groups all helped in it. I forget, it was like 130 some people that worked on this across the world. I mean, and not to mention just people that actually built it probably, but maybe that would just be the people that built it. I don't know. And so then let's see. Then we got a mirror made of 18 separate segments that will unfold and adjust. That's what just happened. And they're going to adjust them now, fine tune them. They're made of lightweight beryllium. Yeah, wow. Ultra lightweight beryllium. Yes. And it has a tennis court sized 5-layer sun shield to block the sun and heat from what it's looking at. So if you, do I still have that up? No, I don't. So that it helps focus and make it darker where it's looking, I believe is what kind of like the not very scientific way of describing it. And it can look at 100 objects simultaneously. That's kind of interesting.
That's insane. Yeah.
What was really cool, they didn't talk about it, is that it's so cold out here that when they had to build it, they had to build it in a different shape than it really would be in the end, because the cold was going to bend the mirrors and the metal. And so they had to plan for that curvature due to the coldness of space.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah, think about, like, you can't even picture what it's going to do. I'm sure they had computer models that could, but you know what I mean?
The first thing I think of is like Hawkeye went, in the Avenger movies or even in the TV show, right? Like he wants to shoot something, but it's moving quickly, and then to account for airspeed. So he like points the arrow up in space, or in space. That's hilarious. Upward, because anyway, it's like, yeah, you have to take into account all that. But golfers do that anyway.
No,
Sorry.
no, that's exactly it. Like you're trying to predict how everything is going to move, and like you hit it into the wind, and where's it going to go, and bounce off this and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's so
was
cool.
good.
The way that people's brains work, like that's hearing stuff like that just like makes me so happy. Like there's people's brains are amazing, and they figure these things out. I mean, clearly there's some sort of um calculation, and you can test it, but it's still just very cool. I find that kind of thing exciting.
So the other cool, yes, I 100% agree, and we're gonna move on because I want to talk about the driving goldfish.
Yeah.
But and we'll probably talk more about the Webb telescope. It's supposedly going to be able to see near the Big Bang, and so we'll see how the universe started and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Very
going to be
cool.
really cool, and so we'll probably learn a bunch of stuff that will contradict everything we already knew. So be
Yeah.
prepared.
We gotta go. We're This is gonna help us be better time travelers. Like, I don't know.
Be better time travelers. All right, here we go.
Just looking back in space.
So we'll put this back up here, and
Mhm.
so our next topic that we found that's pretty cool, and this is like probably going to be my mom's favorite section, because she's always because we're like the news where they leave you with something nice and heartwarming. So here is a video that shows goldfish driving a car. When I say a car, it's just a little robot kind of thing, but the goldfish are driving it. Isn't that
That's
kind of
so
cool?
cool.
And many people ask, how would goldfish drive something? And
Yeah, how would they drive something, Jeff?
let me see.
Tell me.
Because fish are notorious for not surviving out of water, we had to build this inverted submarine. The submarine. So, oh wow, that's kind of a cool idea to think about it.
I
So,
love that.
they're
That's even better
submarining
than
in
like
the
a
real
car.
world. Yeah. So we got a goldfish driving a submarine, but a submarine in our world. So they got to have water where our submarines have air, right?
Yep.
So going through their world. That's kind of cool. And if you look at the video, wherever they go at the edge of their container, it makes the vehicle go in that position. And they've demonstrated that the fish are able to navigate the vehicle, the submarine. We're going to call it a submarine. Navigate because then anybody's just coming in, they'll be like, what, fish driving submarines? What's going on? And they can navigate it to a reward. So we're watching a replay of a video that is showing the goldfish navigating the vehicle around. And it knows where to go to get its reward. So it for sure is doing it based off of memory. You know what I mean? Right there.
That
To
is
me, that just
so
proved it.
cool.
So they got a
Well,
LiDAR
maybe,
camera.
yeah, maybe not even memory though, just seeing it. Like, oh, well, because you remember that's where you get the reward. Never mind, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. So
At
they're
first I was
navigating
thinking
to
like,
it.
oh, they remember that that's the spot they get the reward. But
Yeah. Whether you
that's
had it or not, it didn't matter. They just remembered, hey, this is where I need to go. It's like your food dish. They can navigate over to their food dish and then it would drop in food to them. That would be the coolest thing, having a fish just walk around your house. Not like walk
yeah.
with legs, but submarine
Well,
around your
yeah,
house.
maybe you, less fish would commit fishy suicide.
Could you just see that? Okay, so now this is really cool. So you have a fish that you could take on walks now.
No, you don't. Yeah, but now you have to be careful for all the people that are taking their cats on walk.
Well, no, you would have it in a closed container,
Oh.
right? So you make a submarine, right? And now you really go all in. You make it in submarine shape, and maybe it's in yellow or something. And
No.
yeah,
Well, no, but like what about the I don't remember what it's called, but from the newer Star Wars movies where it's that round like R2D2 guy. But he's rounded, so like if the fish was just, because at first I was thinking of like a hamster ball, but well, I guess it would be the same thing, right? And then they could just ball around.
Yeah,
Ding, ding,
yeah, exactly. Okay, so that'd be really good for in your house. I was thinking more tires for like out on the road, on the
yeah.
sidewalks, but inside your house that would be cool. So you've made this capsule that you can put your fish in, and it can roam around your house just like a hamster ball. Because I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of people do that with hamsters, like just like
Yep.
literally like that's their pet, and they just let it
Just
roam
let them
around
loose.
in the hamster ball. And so, yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty
That would
cool.
be super cool.
And it
Although they also make similar dog toys for like their dog puzzles or whatever. So I guess you'd have to be careful. You wouldn't want your dog playing with it. Like, how do I get in? Figure it
But you
out.
would
Anyway.
just put it in. And so what they said is at first the fish's movements was erratic as it swam from one side to the other in its roving reservoir. Eventually, the fish began to connect the dots and its movements became more clear and deliberate. If you put a person in a car for the first time without telling them anything about it, they then will realize what they do with the steering wheel matters and which the car way the car goes. If I could read sentences, the same goes for the fish. It realized slowly, but all on its own.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they said
So
getting it to move the vehicle is one thing. Learning whether it can make sense of the environment around the vehicle is an entirely another matter. That's really, I think that would be cool because then instead of going to the fair, you don't just get a goldfish, you get a hamster ball with a goldfish in
yep. Well,
it.
I'm thinking of like dolphins because they're so smart. Like maybe that's what they need.
You'd have to have a pretty big ball.
It would have to be massive.
I wonder what kind of care dolphins take.
Or all of a sudden you can start seeing great whites swimming around. Swim. You're like, this neighborhood's really down to
I was just I was just thinking of Little Nemo, Fisher Friends. You know, the shark. This like
exactly.
shark trying to be nice. That he's just like, I'm just trying to be a person. I'm just trying to be cool. He's like, guys, I'm not gonna eat you. And he's always tempted. He's fighting back his urges. And you know, you see him. He's going to work on like a New York busy street. You know, just like everybody's going to work. And this shark rolls up in his ball. Everybody's kind of giving him like. He's like, no, no, no. I'm a cool one. I'm cool. I'm not gonna hurt you guys.
Yeah. There's that I think it's Disney, the movie where all the animals live together and oh, it's got the rabbit. It's so cute. I can't remember. But like um the apex predators are um
Is that
they're like
Zootopia?
yes, that's it. That
'Cause
was
that's where
just
the
like
sloth and the yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's such a funny show.
Yeah, because I use that GIF all the time. It's like one of
I
my
know.
main go-to GIFs. So it's like that sloth guy punching the thing. So
Yeah.
all right, so we only got two sciencey things. Just to give you previews what type of topics we're gonna cover, because this was actually pretty fun. So
It
we'll
was
be incorporating this, and we're gonna try to get a little more time on it. But daddy longlegs, are they really the most venomous spiders in the world? You'll have to stay tuned to find out, or you just Google it and find out for yourself. The first bioengineered hybrid animals discovered in ancient Mesopotamia. I don't know.
Oh, now I can't say it either. Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Cool. And then transforming materials with light. How to transform windows into mirrors. If you don't hover over the wrong stuff. Oh, better neurolinks that don't require surgery.
Ooh, is
Yeah.
that
What?
so that should help with like Alzheimer's and
Probably.
is that the idea of
Yep.
okay.
Scientists discover how to halt and control cellular. Yeah, just not doing good. Come on, pronounce your lady.
Cellular.
Cellular death process. So I still didn't do good, but basically stopping cells from dying. Very interesting. Oh, pulling DNA from the air. Our ability to monitor animal biodiversity. I got a word right finally.
You did. Congrats.
Bionic eyes.
Very cool.
We'll talk next week about the Tonga explosion, volcanic explosion. That really is bad deal for those people. Yeah, if you want to see it, there you go. A big giant volcano, not good. Ash everywhere. Lots of disaster. Invisibility cloaks. Why teapots always drip. Scientists finally explain the teapot effect. And Big Bang. How could something come from nothing? Wide range of topics. We don't care if you have anything that you'd want to learn about or you find a cool topic. Remember, this is a live stream and a community discussion. So if anybody wants to talk about stuff, we are open.
Yep.
And if you want to give us a little bit of time to prepare, we'd appreciate an email or some kind of direct message ahead of time. But we're willing to try things on the fly. That's what we're all about.
Yeah, because the assumption should be that I'm going to forget to keep an eye on chat. Which, when you said that, I realized that I had hidden the chat box. I'm like, oh yeah.
That's funny. So thank you for everybody joining us today.
Yep.
How are we going to exit today?
We could just go away and just put ourselves on mute, turn our cameras off.
Oh no, I got a good way. So watch this. Let's see. Can I do this?
I got evil eyes right now.
Yeah, I know. Those are awesome evil eyes. We can do, okay. So you're going to have to bring up your animes. Next week we will work more on our digital wallet. We'll show our NFT in it. We'll cover more science topics, our recap of the weekly crypto, normal stuff, episode number 6. And we'll post that probably we'll probably try to get it out today. So we'll have everybody get a little more time than like next day or the day before. But I was going to say we could bring up animes and you could hit the down arrow and we can drop through the bottom of the screen.
That'll be funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do that. And I did think of another one that we could do in the future. We could sign out with the spider video. We can save that one for later when we actually have viewers. But
yeah, we can't do too many of our good things. Like, grandma deserves it. But my mom's watching too today. I hooked it up on her TV, so my mom and my grandma were communicating that they were watching it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. So we got 2 concurrent viewers for once.
That's very cool.
Yep. But yeah, we'll come up with good stuff for when we have more viewers, but we're not gonna just save it for when we have more. Our 2 viewers count too. So
yep.
Today we're gonna drop through the bottom. Oh, she's already leaving. Oh, she's been wait, what are we doing? Which way are we going? Are you going through the top or the bottom? Am I gonna go up this way?
I love your slippers. That's awesome.
It would have been better. I was gonna say it would have been better if I would have my pajama pants, work pants on.
You can go up and me go down though. That's
so we didn't coordinate it the best, but it was extra funny. So we'll see everybody next Saturday at 8. Have a good week and weekend. Bye.